Hello, my name is Peter Bakker. I'm the CEO of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. And in this module, we will be talking about the role of business in fighting climate change. Business by nature has innovation, has management skills, has finance, and has the competitive nature to want to solve problems first. That is a skill that we should now apply to fighting climate change. As you all know, the world faces many challenges. Climate is one. It will change weather, it will change drought and rain patterns, it will make certain of our cities inhabitable. And this is not a faraway dream. This is not something that may happen 100 or 200 years from now. This will happen in our lifetimes. It actually is happening already today. But not only is climate an issue, there are water stress issues. We are deforesting our planet. There is poverty, there is inequality, there are food systems that don't work, and cities that are congested and unhealthy to live in. Many of these issues are related. Governments came together not just in Paris for climate, but also a few months before in New York to agree the Sustainable Development Goals. The SDGs, as they are called, cover 17 goals and underlying those 169 targets. This framework creates a global agenda on how we want to develop the world. Goal 13 of the 17 SDGs talks about climate action, the need to address climate change. So, for that, governments came together in Paris in the COP21. Success struck home. All countries in the world, 195 of them, have agreed the Paris Agreement in that meeting. I look back at that event as an historic moment. And I have declared it a success for three reasons. Firstly, the science around climate has become indisputable. I know there are still voices out there that claim that science is not worth listening to, but they are all driven by their own greedy economic interests. The science for climate can no longer be disputed. It is changing, and it is human intervention that makes it change. The second reason why Paris was successful is the government of France, leading that meeting, brought in all stakeholders, the scientists, the NGOs, more than 600 mayors of cities were in Paris, more than 1,100 business leaders were there. This was the most powerful multi stakeholder approach to talking about this issue that the world had ever seen. The third, and I would argue most important reason why this was a success, is business came forward with solutions, a whole plethora of solutions, whether it was 100% renewable strategies, whether it was the low carbon technology partnerships, the EV 100s, the science based targets. More than 5,000 companies stepped forward with commitments and solutions to fight climate change. Those solutions gave policymakers the confidence to actually say, yes, the time has come. We can solve this issue. We must now strike an agreement. But as we all know, reputations are not built on pieces of paper, nor on what we say. Reputations are measured by what we do. So it's great to have the SDGs. It's great to have a Paris Agreement, but we must now implement what we know is available. The best experts in the world, the best companies in the world have now come together. Let me give you an example called LCTPI, the Low Carbon Technology Partnerships. They are 9 solutions for climate change, driven by almost 200 companies with 50 scientific and other NGOs as partners. Together, they will reduce emissions in the world by 65% of what we need to get to a 2-degree scenario. This is not only great for emission reductions and therefore fighting climate change, it also creates $10 trillion of economic activity. And very importantly, it will create up to 45 million jobs in the economies around the world. And obviously, those are incredibly important phenomena But they once more demonstrate that you cannot just fight climate change, you must fight climate in the context of social, environmental, and obviously economic outcomes. So I'm incredibly happy to see the momentum. The Paris Agreement has since been ratified by 105 countries. The agreement stands. It gives a long term target, 2 degrees, and if we can, 1.5 degree warming as the max. It gives certainty for businesses to invest again. All these companies are ready to scale up the solutions. The second thing we need is we need to change the economic incentives for other businesses to do more. Because as great as it is to have 200 companies here, we need thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of companies to join this fight. That we will do by two things. We will have a price on carbon to have the polluters pay, to incentivize people to invest in cleaner solutions, and we will change corporate governance. The task force for climate related financial disclosures will do that. And then it's not just dependent on the CEO or the board's leadership, then it becomes the new normal on how business operates in and with society. So a revolution is starting. It is an irreversible revolution. The Paris Agreement is our compass within the context of the 17 SDGs. Business has a crucial role to play, and more business leaders accept that role and step forward to it. I would argue all of you should pay close attention to this module. There will be so many new opportunities for careers, for jobs, for innovation, for just simply new ideas. We're going to really radically redesign our societies, our energy systems, our food systems, the way we use transport. Everything will change. And if you're studying this module, you have got to be part of this change. So I wish you well. Business is ready to act, but we need you to really step up and be part of that revolution. Thank you.